Hi everyone, my name is Candace and I am 34 years old and I am a FibroWarrior. My life hasn't always been easy. Lately has been a constant series of struggles. The following is what my life was like before my diagnosis of fibromyalgia. If it wasn't for my family and friends supporting me, I don't think I would have made it through. When I was 18 months old, I was diagnosed with epilepsy. As time went on, I had developed 3 different types of epilepsy. Due to the epilepsy, I have memory problems and several different types of learning disabilities. My seizures stopped when I was in the 4th grade. This was in the early 80s when treatment for epilepsy was just beginning, and I had doctors tell my mother that if I had been born earlier than 1983, that I would be brain dead as the medications I took didn't exist before then. I thank science for the medications as I am here to talk to you today. In middle school, my doctor told me I had scoliosis. From then on, I had chronic pain that at times became severe. I am unsure if at the time if I was undiagnosed fibromyalgia or just from the scoliosis. It was hard for me to get doctors to listen to and believe me. I would go to my nurse practitioner in tears and she give me a pain shot, which would help a little bit. I am unsure if she at that time knew what fibromyalgia was, because I know I didn't back then. When I was in middle school, I don't think many knew about it, as it was something new to the medical field. Something tells me I probably had fibromyalgia even that young. 3 years ago, my back got worse, so I went to my nurse practitioner and was told that my scoliosis has gotten worse. My back moved from 32 to 34 degree curve to a 42.3 degree curve. My nurse practitioner sent me to a back specialist who told me if something is not done, I will be walking around like a pretzel. Well, guess what? Even when I moved to Illinois from Kentucky and went to doctor in St. Louis, still nothing was done about my back. Why? Because it isn't on my nerves right now, and there is no fluid in my spine. I am grateful for the lack of fluid on my spine, so I guess we will see if I walk around like a pretzel in my future. I did laugh when told this because a pretzel with legs, arms, and a head is kind of funny, don't you think? It was around this time of my back getting worse, my mobility started failing, and I started walking around with a cane. This started to scare me. I became even more scared when I would wake up unable to move from the neck down. That was when I found out by a doctor I have bone spurs, inflammation, and degenerative disc disease. After getting married, my husband told me he wants to move back to Anna, Illinois, to be closer to his family. I said yes. I hadn't at this point in my life lived anywhere else but Kentucky. All my family and most of my friends lived there. But good was to come of this move. It is Illinois where I got the answers I've been searching for all my life. The answers to my questions. Why am I in so much pain that causes me to be in tears? Why are there times when I can't move from the neck down? As many doctors have told me, it wasn't my scoliosis. The answers came after talking to my PVC in Carbondale, Illinois. Many tests were performed to rule out if it was something else. Finally, I was told it is fibromyalgia, just as she suspected. That was when she put me on gabapentin 300 milligrams 3 times a day. Today, I am up to 600 milligrams 3 times a day. My first reaction was, wow! Now I know what is going on and why this is happening. But then it began to sink in, and my second reaction was, how do I cope with this? Where do I go from here? Am I alone? To me, the thought of being alone is the most frightening thought of all. I didn't know anyone with fibromyalgia, or at least so I thought. My family was very supportive, and if it wasn't for my husband, I would have fallen and hurt myself many times. Those feelings didn't help my mental disorders, as I battled with PTSD, anxiety, depression, and adjustment disorder. So I called my therapist and set up an appointment. Later that afternoon, I went to Walmart and I met someone with fibromyalgia. It was nice to talk about it in person and know that my experience were similar to hers. That what I was experiencing wasn't abnormal, as she had those same things happen to her. Surprisingly, the biggest helper to improve my understanding of things was someone I didn't know had it. I had watched some of his videos on YouTube. I want to send a special thanks to Gala Skeezer for making me feel not alone and for giving me advice on what could help me. He gave me a tip to use pillows under some sore spots. It worked to help relieve some of the pressure. I'm still having trouble coping my pain, especially when it lasts more than a day. I will share more of what he shared with me in my next video. I'm slowly beginning to cope with fibromyalgia. Finding information around Facebook through my therapist and other sources on fibromyalgia has done a lot of good for me. I didn't realize until after my therapist asked me to find support groups was how many there are on Facebook. It is there I got several links for my research. If you haven't looked, I would check some of those groups out. I joined like 6. My goal in future videos is talking about what I found helpful or interesting to me that you might find helpful or interesting as well if you are diagnosed with fibromyalgia. My goal is to help others struggling with this condition that has no cure. I would love for there to be a cure one day. Free from pain sounds really nice. Don't you agree? Also, by sharing what I'm going through, I can help myself by expressing what I'm feeling. I have attached links to my fibromyalgia support group called FibroWarriors and my Facebook page. Feel free to contact me there or email me if you wish. I hope everyone has a great day. This is Candace, a FibroWarrior, signing out till next time.